Louisiana Beer Reviews, Special Edition, Steel Reserve 211, Triple Export Revisited, Triple Export demands respect and gets it, according to the MillerCoors website. Slow brewed in limited batches using only the finest malted barley and selected hops. We believe this to be among the very best beers in the world, based on their own opinion. All right, 8.1% alcohol, slow brewed, triple export. Best by November 26, 2018. All right. This is sold in these tall cans and in bottles. In fact, the 22-ounce glass bottle is shown on the MillerCoors website. We cannot get this in Louisiana. We only get the 6% Steel Reserve 211. They used to nickname it the Steel 6. All right. All right. So we get this bottles and cans. Steel Reserve. You can see 6%. All right. 6%. The Steel Brewing Company of Fort Worth, Texas. Fort Worth, Texas. Oh, oh, oh. MillerCoors. I don't have a Steel Reserve glass, but I got a Miller Lite glass. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. I bought this in Georgia on a road trip. It was inexpensive. I saw it in a few parts of Georgia. I used to see it along Interstate 59 in the northwestern point, that little corner of Georgia, but I haven't seen it the last few times through there, honestly. I have not seen it. It's a deep gold. It's 222 calories per 12 ounce, so this is 444 calories. It's a meal in a glass. It's rich, malty. It's got a lot of body. Just even in the nose, it has a lot of body. Now, people will say it's the same as Steel Reserve Triple Export, the silver can. Well, yes, it has the same specs. I have had people say they've written emails to MillerCoors and they've gotten responses, and they have shown me copies of the response that say no, it's a separate recipe. So probably they're using different hop varieties, which are not changing the specs but changing the flavor very, oh so very slightly. Too strong for me, but you know, from time to time I don't mind getting it. Let's see, Georgia here, AAA Road Atlas, Georgia. A town called LaGrange, Georgia, on US Highway 29. That's where I bought it. LaGrange, and I saw it in Noonan, Georgia, when I was meeting up with John and Nille. Didn't look for it in Atlanta, so we were busy with the Atlanta Braves game, but yeah, it's probably up there. But like I say, not seen around here. But we get the 6%, and a lot of people don't get the 6%. We've gotten that since 2003 when it was introduced, and it replaced the 8.1. I always found the 8.1 to be a little harsh. I used to drink it back in the 90s. I think it first showed up around here around 1998 in Schwegmann's, which is no longer in business, but there's a different store there now. They used to have it, and I would get the 22-ounce bottles. They were inexpensive, or the 12-ounce cans usually. And I would be sipping on them, watching some game on TV, typically a baseball game, maybe football, reading, trying to read all those National Geographic magazines that I own, that I did finish that project in 2005. But I started to say to myself, something harsh about this beer. So I gave it up. Then I went to Hurricane High Gravity for a while. But around the time of Hurricane Katrina, I gave that up. I found it was too harsh, too orange looking. You know, it looks orange. This one's just like a dark gold, but it's not orange, you know. Well, 6% Steel Reserve. That's right. Perfect for me. But if you like a stronger, richer, bolder, let's say, flavor, a flavor that demands respect and gets it, this might be for you. So, like I said, the rich barley malt, maybe some background corn syrup, brewer syrup, you know, dextrose, maltose, yeah. The hop extract of whatever sort. Very mild hop action, probably 18 IBUs, 17 IBUs. I have it very cold. It's made to be drunk very cold. It's not a warmer beer. Sweet grain bread, white bread crust. High, medium, nearly heavy bodied. Honestly, nearly heavy bodied. One tick higher, it'd be a heavy bodied beer. A lot of carbonation. I don't hear it really, but I feel it. And a sort of crisp finish, but if I was looking to drink a malt liquor, I wouldn't grab this because I don't find this taste so much like a malt liquor like your King Cobra or your Hurricane 6%. There's something different about it. It doesn't have that malt liquor twang. And some of the malt liquor, always malt liquor drinkers know what I'm talking about, that twang. 24-ounce can. Got a great label, the black, deep red, gold label. One of the best looking beer labels on the market, in my opinion. I really do believe that. I'm not saying that to build it up. I think it does. Let's see, one more little look here. Beer. Shockingly, brewed with natural ingredients. Shockingly, the can says beer. Doesn't say lager, doesn't say malt liquor. It says beer. Now, that's a stunning development for me here on the camera, because my whole raison d'etre about beer has been that anything above 5% cannot be called beer. That's why they come up with the malt liquor name to get around that regulation. But I think that the regulation is not really enforced anymore, and it's largely overlooked. But from my understanding of it, it should not say beer on the can at 8.1% alcohol. Maybe you can help me with this, because I'm very perplexed and trouble at this, quite trouble at this particular moment. All right, a lot stronger than Miller Lite. I might prefer Miller Lite just because of its drinkability over this, but there's no way Miller Lite has any sort of taste ability to compete with this one. This one has a much richer, more bountiful flavor. And you could argue, and I think I would go with that argument, that it has a better flavor than Miller Lite. Not to rip on Miller Lite. I'm not an anti-Miller Lite-ite. I just find that the flavor is too muted. And that would be a problem that would be attached to light beer, not to single out Miller Lite. I'm just talking about it because it's in this glass. But all that being said, I still, rich bread, yeast, I still prefer the 6% because it's better for somebody small frame like me, admittedly a little weak in the constitution when it comes to drinking. So if you're more a hearty drinker and you think you can handle it, and you are somebody who can live up to this legendary status, then fine, I'll say go ahead and go for it. But in my case, I can't handle this beer, not malt liquor. It says beer, which opens up a whole conversation thread. So lazy, what would I score it? Well, it's not a, what is a rapier? Give it, Untapped's giving it a 47 out of 100. Beer Advocate, a 5 out of 10, 50 out of 100, 5 out of 10. And Rate Beer, a 2 out of 100. No, it's not 98% bad and 2% good. I would say it's certainly a B+ if you can handle the strong. I can't say that it's lower than a B+ because I can't handle the strong. That would make no sense. It's designed to be this way. and they did a good job in their design. So anyway, been on the market since 2001, I believe. Interesting product, laissez les bon temps relate, and I'm going to end this review by saying, y'all come on down to southeastern Louisiana.